Hey guys, I've been working on an update for a while, and I'm excited to finally reveal what I've been working on this whole time. Scriptor 1.0.2. This is the second version of my critically acclaimed, world-renowned mod Scriptor Magicae, with all the same features you know and love. But I'm not confident to rest on my laurels, so I spent the past year meticulously crafting this perfect version of Scriptor, with a lot of ideas and suggestions I've heard from you guys. So, without further ado, let's get to the new features. First up, a complaint I've heard a lot with Scriptor is that it's easy to make mistakes when typing, and there isn't much feedback if you do so you just end up typing gibberish into chat. Thankfully, I developed the perfect feature to solve this problem. If you type anything that's not a valid spell into chat, Scriptor will let you know, providing a helpful message and holding your chat message for you. This is perfect for big servers, because now when you mess up a spell, it won't send a message to chat, saving you heaps of embarrassment. Better yet, it'll keep you from sending anything to chat at all, making extra sure you don't make a fool of yourself. But that's not all. People have been playing with Scriptor a lot, and a complaint that I keep hearing is that engravings are hard to find. They spawn rarely, and they often look out of place. And I agree. That's why I made the engravings much more common and easy to spot, so hopefully you shouldn't have any problems finding them. What are those? That's right, these are our next feature. For a while, players would occasionally ask me how to acquire bound tools after seeing them in JEI. Sure, I added a tooltip to let people know, but actually, why are they exclusively obtainable through spells? So I added Boundium Ore, which spawns very rarely at a cap of only 1 vein per chunk. So that it wouldn't be too tough to find though, I went ahead and put it up in the sky. When you mine this ore, you'll obtain Boundium Chunks, which can be crafted up into bound tools in exactly the way you'd expect, letting you make a bound axe, pickaxe, shovel, or sword of your own to keep and have. Alright, what's next? Well, the next feature is actually an act of charity. You see, I was talking to this guy the other day, and come to find out, this guy doesn't have any pronouns. None at all. I asked the guy, no pronouns? And the guy said that the guy didn't deal with all that. Well, I thought that was just tragic. So in this update, I added pronouns. All words will be generated from a pool of available pronouns, and if anyone out there needs any, I beseech you, take a couple of he's or she's, maybe a they or a handful of I's and me's. I have more than enough, so I'm happy to share with the community. Well, now that that's taken care of, let's get back to features. One complaint I've heard a few times is that spellbooks and artifacts can be too hard to find. I understand where you're coming from, so in this update, I made it so that every entity in the game drops some Scriptor gear. This should help new players catch up, and make it easier for late game players to locate all the artifacts in their save. And while we're talking accessibility, I also went ahead and made every spell cast through a tome 20 times as cheap, so mages can make more use of spells to break blocks, damage enemies, and more, without needing to worry too much about cooldowns. And while we're talking accessibility, I made books a bit easier to parse. In the new version of Scriptor, every time you redeem a new tome, it'll be fully identified right off the bat. This should hopefully make identifying what each word does much simpler for new players. Oh, the next one is exciting. This is a feature players have been asking about since the mod came out. Does Scriptor have mana? How much mana does this spell cost? How do I know how much mana I have? Until now, I've just had to tell players that Scriptor doesn't have any mana. But that changes today. Now, the game will tell you exactly how much mana you have after every spell cast. But watch out! If you cast too many spells, your mana might become negative, and there will probably eventually be consequences if it does. And last but not least is some new compatibility I've added to Scriptor. Scriptor's lecterns now accept RF. When connected to a power source, lecterns will consume power in order to accelerate their casting, letting you crank your magical factory's efficiency up to the max. And that's about it for now. But that doesn't mean I'm done working on Scriptor. Next week I want to add a sword that does like 20 or 30 damage probably. I think that sounds good. Also I added a gun. Hey, thank you guys for watching. April Fools. But for real, I took a break from working on Scriptor 2.0 for this. I'm gonna get back to that now. I'm excited to finally release that. Thank you to everybody who's been helping me beta test that so far. Been able to find a lot of bugs, which has been great. But yeah, until next time, I'll see you guys around. Take it easy.